Hello Ubuntu fam! We returned from being out of the house for 8 days, visiting family in North Carolina and Maryland. And today I'm going to show you what it looks like when we return home from vacation and we get the house back in order. We drove through the night, so we were quite tired during this, but it was important to get the house back in order over the course of a few days. The first thing I like to do when returning home is unpack the suitcases. This is hard to do as sometimes they can just sit in the room and then you live out of them for a while. But I was wanting to unpack them right away, so I unpacked both Carlson and I's suitcases, made a pile of dirty clothes, made a pile of things that needed to go downstairs elsewhere in the house, and made a pile of clean clothes. I love to do laundry before returning from vacation, so we had done laundry in Maryland, and so a lot of the clothes were clean, and that was a huge blessing. You can see me doing a smell test on some of the items. It's funny how when you travel, different places you stay have a certain scent. I received this nice new kaba while we were in Maryland from some family that had returned from Cameroon recently. So nice of them to gift me with this, and I'm excited to wear it. I don't have one like this, and the colors I really enjoy. The next thing I did that same day was go outside, enjoy a little bit of time outside after traveling in the car for so many hours. I got the mail and sorted through a bunch of mail. I was excited as in the mail was a dress I ordered for a wedding that we are attending this coming weekend. So I was excited to open that up and see it and try it on. After this, we headed out to a meeting for my husband's native village in Cameroon. And so here we were able to connect with other family members, village members, and enjoy food and dancing. It was a good opportunity to get out of the house and back into the rhythm of being home.
Who has learned computer skills, even though I'm yet to really see the application of it. But very important, it's the hard work that matters, and that she will continue to practice. To now in Providence, who has made this great accomplishment, thank you for the example, great work, and we're excited for you on this next journey in your nursing journey. Cheers! Wachanga boy, wachanga.
I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this, but one of the hardest parts for me about returning home after being away for a few days or several days is before leaving, I work hard to get rid of all the food in the fridge. And so returning home, I'm often met with an empty fridge. And obviously, we still need to eat. So this is the next day, and here I am being creative and making a meal. So I am making sweet potatoes, and it's nice to use root vegetables because they stay good. So I got sweet potatoes out. I'm going to roast those, and then I got frozen salmon out of the freezer, and I'm going to cook that in the oven. And then I also got a bag of frozen broccoli out of the freezer and cooked that, and that was a meal that we were able to eat pretty quick and easy without having to go grocery shopping. Now I knew that meal would not last as long, so I went shopping again to the freezer to see what other items we had that I could incorporate in meals for the next few days. So I pulled out some frozen chicken from the freezer. I also pulled out some frozen corn, and I ended up making a pasta salad, a Mexican street corn pasta salad with the frozen corn and with pasta that I had in the pantry already. And I went to the store later that day and did get some cilantro to add to that. And with the frozen chicken, I ended up including that in a zucchini orzo meal. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law live with us, and one of the benefits of having family live with you is that even if you go away, they're still there usually, and so they have food in the fridge. So I was blessed to be able to eat some greens, fufu, and fried plantain, and some chicken. It was delicious. The last thing I did to prepare the home for the week was make some sourdough bread. So here I am making sourdough sandwich bread. I use Farmhouse on Boone's recipe. I can link that below. And this was a work day for me, so I did this early in the morning before I left for work. But it was important for me to get bread made so that way we could have it throughout the week for toast and sandwiches and whatnot. It truly took us probably 3 days to really settle back into being home and feel like we had enough food and back into the routine of life. This also included a trip to the grocery store, which I did not show, but to stock up on just fresh fruit, vegetables, some milk, eggs, and then also some meat to include in other meals I intend to make for later in the week. Not too many items that were needed, but definitely needed to stock up on some items. But I will say, using what you have in the pantry, so those root vegetables, pasta, tomato sauces, and then utilizing items in the freezer is a great way to get by until you can go to the grocery store after returning home from somewhere. It worked really well for us, and I am trying to be better at storing more in the freezer, like having extra bread in there and whatnot, so I can utilize that when returning from places and I don't have the time. Thank you for following along as we showed you what we do to enter back into our home environment and have it try to be as peaceful and productive as possible.